welcome to my channel. I'm Jo Salmons. I'm an artist and professional art doll maker. Every week I'll be making a whimsical or weird or probably creepy creation, and I'll be showing you my creative process. Today you'll see the making of Devinia DeVere, a beautiful vampire, and her coffin. Stay tuned until the end of the video to see her photos and hear her backstory. And if you'd like to see any of my other creations, then please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All the links are down below. Now, without further ado, let's begin. I start off by sculpting the face. I use air dry clay as this is my favourite medium to work with. I work on one feature at a time and allow the face to dry out in the oven on a low temperature before I continue sculpting. Quite often the face goes through an ugly stage where it looks awful and I want to just throw it across the room. Sometimes I just can't get the nose or the lips right and it feels like it's never going to look good. But I've learned to push through this stage and have faith that I will get it to look how I want it to in the end. I previously made a load of little vampire teeth in all different sizes. The teeth can easily be inserted into the mouth and sculpted round. When I finish sculpting and the face is thoroughly dried out in the oven, I then sand it. After that, I wipe all the dust off with a damp cloth. It has one more blast in the oven before it's primed and painted. I add details on with acrylic paint and use soft pastels to shade the contours of the face. I then use a spray varnish to seal the pastels before giving it a final coat of matte varnish. I then move on to making the hands. I cut lengths of thin wire for the fingers using my hand template as a guide for the lengths. I then cover each finger in masking tape, PVA glue and tissue paper. I don't enjoy sculpting tiny fingers and I'm always worried that they're going to snap off, so this is my preferred method. The rest of the hand is made from a combination of paper mache and sculpted clay. When dry, the hands are primed and painted. As with the face, details are added using soft pastels, acrylic paints and watercolour pencils. The hands are then varnished. Next, I draw the body parts onto the fabric using a doll template that I previously designed. When this has all been cut out and sewn together, I turn it the right way in and stuff with hollow fibre. For this doll, I painted little slippers on her feet using acrylic paint mixed with fabric medium. I then applied a decorative trim around the ankle and sparkly gems. The legs are attached using the button jointed method. When the hands have been connected to the wire arm, I use wadding to wrap around it before inserting it into the fabric. I then sew this closed. This is me trying to figure out what her outfit should look like. Next comes underwear, because even vampires need undies. I made bloomer type undies and stitched them on. I make sleeves for the arms, then attach the arms to the body using button joints. As you can see here, the face has also now been sewn onto the body using embroidery thread. I sew on her dress and make a tulle robe. I'm actually a bit obsessed with tulle. If it was practical for me to wear a massive tulle ball gown every day, I definitely would. I then glue on a cameo and 2 diamante gems to make her look fancy pants. It's then hair time. I glue a couple of wefts onto the clay head, then sew the rest onto the fabric. To continue the fancy pants glamorous look, I make her a sparkly tiara with wire and beads. Making the coffin begins by cutting out all the parts from foam board. I then glue the pieces together with hot glue. In order to strengthen the coffin, hide the seams, and to give an aged look, I cover the coffin with a couple of layers of PVA glue and tissue paper. I then use foam clay to make the ornate details. I paint the whole thing with black acrylic paint and add some metallic accents using a sponge. I then varnish the whole coffin. The inside cushioning of the coffin was made by covering some thick padding with red satin fabric. The pads were glued in using hot glue. The pads I used were some protective padding that came with something my husband bought. He knows that I like to reuse and recycle packaging, so he saved them for me. They were absolutely perfect for the inside of the coffin. I add black lace and some silver trim to decorate the coffin. I wasn't actually going to make a lid for this coffin, but I decided to. And I made a lid out of cardboard. I wanted to be able to see the doll through the lid, so I cut a hole in the front of it where I would be able to insert some clear acetate, and I decorated the lid in much the same way as I did the rest of the coffin, using paper mache, tissue paper, PVA glue, and painting it with acrylic paints, etc. I used more foam clay for the decorative details. And for the front of the coffin, I made a little name plaque to display her name. And here's the finished coffin. Here she is. Here's the finished doll. I absolutely love making vampire dolls. They are my favourite doll to make, and I think she is my new favourite. I haven't actually made a coffin with a lid before, so this was a new creation for me, and it was a lot of work, but it was definitely worth it, and I am really happy with how it turned out. I'm really happy with how gothic and creepy and ornate it looks. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, if you are sitting comfortably, I shall read you Devinia's story. Devinia DeVere, a vampire with a centuries-old existence, was known for her enigmatic charm and captivating presence. However, beneath her timeless beauty and intimidating demeanor, there was a deep sadness that consumed her, a broken heart. A very long time ago, Devinia had fallen deeply in love with a mortal named Alexander. Their love story was passionate and intense, but tragically cut short when Alexander met an untimely demise. Devastated by the loss of her beloved, Devinia vowed to never open her heart again. Decades passed and Devinia embraced her immortal life, indulging in the darkness that came with being a vampire. She found solace in the night, seeking thrill and excitement to distract herself from the pain that lingered within. One fateful night, while prowling the city streets in search of prey, Devinia stumbled upon a young musician named Noah. Drawn to his haunting melodies and melancholy lyrics, she found herself irresistibly drawn to his mortal soul. Noah's music echoed the depths of Devinia's own sorrow, striking a chord within her cold heart. Intrigued by his talent and captivated by his vulnerability, she discovered an unexpected connection that reignited a spark of emotion within her. Devinia struggled to resist the growing affection she felt for Noah. She knew all too well the dangers of falling in love with a mortal, but as their bond strengthened, Devinia couldn't deny that Noah had started mending the shattered pieces of her heart. Devinia faced a choice: to embrace the vulnerability of a human heart once more, or to retreat into the safety of solitude. Would she be able to overcome her past and find the strength to love again? And if so, would it lead to another broken heart? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you'd like to buy any of my creations, then please visit my online store, Damnato Dolls. All the links are down below. Thank you again for watching and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.